Hello, this is Coach Ruckman again. Just wanted to take a few minutes and go over a basic kickoff formation. Kickoff to me is one of the, oddest of all special teams. There's so many ways to do it. Bottom line, you want to get down and cover, generally stay in whatever lanes you give them, and also don't give up any big plays such as kickoff return touchdowns to start the game. Generally, you can move your kicker almost all over the place, kick from a hash in the middle. You can sky kick it deep. I'll just go over generally the most basic vanilla type of kickoff you can install. If you don't want to spend a lot of time working on kickoff, you want to put in a good sound one, here's how you can do it. First, we'll set up the field. We'll have our hashes. And of course, we have our numbers. Generally, there'll be an X where the kicker traditionally kicks from at about the 40. So what we'll do, we'll put the kicker there, and we'll just go ahead and make it really easy. We will go ahead and spread everyone out 5 on a side. You can number them, you can do all kinds of things, but we'll just go ahead and put them out. A lot of times we go from 1 to 5 to the inside. Put the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, and again, we like to spread them out. The 4s, probably right inside the hashes. The 3s, a couple yards outside the hashes. 2s, just inside of the numbers. The 1s, just outside of the numbers. What I like to do is go ahead and start with the goal post as the first lane. The 5s, their rush lane will be just inside of the goal post. The 4s will be just inside of the hashes. Just inside the hashes. 3s, just a few yards outside of the hashes. 2s, about equally between the hashes and numbers. And the 1s will be running generally right at the numbers. Now, these lanes are only to get them started. Obviously, you want to converge on the ball. So what I like to do is make sure they get a good 10 to 15 yard start in their lanes, and then they must go ahead and start converging to the ball. It is really important to maintain your lanes working from inside out. The straightest way to get a touchdown is for the returner to take the ball right up the middle. So to me, these guys are your most important kick cover guys. They must maintain the middle of the field lanes. That's why, again, I make sure their landmarks are both inside of the goalpost. So you automatically get a nice, tight start to the kick coverage. Generally, of course, your kicker is the safety. Hopefully you have a kicker that can tackle. Some don't want any contact. Some like to tackle like crazy. You just never know. But again, whenever they hit that 10 to 15 yard mark, everybody needs to start squeezing to the football. Squeeze into the ball, squeeze into the ball, squeeze into the ball, squeeze into the ball. You need to make sure to work breakdowns whenever you're down there. You need to make sure to work breakdowns. So whenever you get around the ball, you need to work a lot of drills on making sure that these rushers come down to what I would say breakdown, good football position, and get big, wide arms, and make sure they make a good sound tackle. Depending on the rush, though, you may have to adjust this personnel. I just generally like fast guys, defensive backs, smaller linebackers, just really wild guys that can get down the field. One nuance, though, if you're facing like a double wedge return team, these guys right here generally need to be your toughest returners or your toughest kick cover guys, because those are what sometimes are called wedge busters. This means these are the guys that are going to fly down there as the return team. As the return team is setting up their little double wedge, probably 5 guys in the front. These first guys, they're running the tightest routes, remember, just inside the goal post. They are really going and just trying to slam in there and destroy things. What we don't want to happen is get guys that see the contact coming and they widen out or run around. You're in a lot of trouble probably as a football coach you're going to have a tough season if you can't find some guys that will really go down there and maintain this center line of coverage on your kick team. Again, these guys must maintain very, very tight proximity to the middle of the field. Make sure there's not a clear, straight return line for the kick returner. Probably the guys that are going to be met with the most resistance. Probably going to be a lot of slamming and banging on people in there. But again, everybody must work to the ball. You need to work it to where as these guys converge to the ball, everybody kind of reduces their lane as well. What you don't want to have to happen is as everyone squeezes into the ball, squeeze, get this guy running a little too far. Again, you're opening a big lane right there. Now, just like punt, you can make some of these guys gunners. You can make some of your kick guys gunners. And again, just setting it up. You have a kicker. Again, you can designate some guys gunners. Probably would be somewhere out in here. Make some type of gunners to where these guys, a lot of times, they start deeper than everyone else. And they run as the kicker runs, and they're just going straight to the ball. They don't have necessarily a lane. Now, if you do that, you must make sure everyone else is returning in some type of lane, squeezing to the ball. But so you can do gunners, you can move the kicker around. Even if you move the kicker around, everybody's lanes can stay the same. A lot of people may do that. Put a kicker here on a hash, and then you have your other guys over here. Again, these are all equally spread out. You can have the same things that they have before. 3 just inside the hash, 4 just outside, 2 between the hash and the numbers, and the 1 right on the numbers. Again, if you can do this, if you have a kicker that likes to kick it over there, and you want most of your return guys over here. I might do this if it was some type of sky kickoff. I'll cover that really quickly. Sky kickoff, which is where you're putting it on one hash on the 40, and you're trying to kick a high, looping football that'll come down at about the 15-yard line, hopefully. And it's kind of like a glorified punt. Kicks under the ball a lot. It takes a lot of time to travel. Because you're going from this hash. You want it to land on about actually the numbers. If there's a 15-yard number or 20-yard number, you want it to land right in there, and everybody gets to just go to the football, converge. You get a lot of people to the ball. And these guys now generally have to play a little slower to be some type of safety and reverse strip. But now you get 6 and 7 people really hauling butt down there. If you don't have a kicker that can kick it into the end zone, which is what I like, automatic touchbacks, you can go to the sky kick. Just chip it from this hash, try to land it on the opposite number around the 15 to 20 yard line, and you get 6 and 7 guys going straight to the ball. Have these 3 to the left of the kicker just fit in for being a safety. Speaking of safeties, on the regular kickoff, you can make, again, the safety be anybody that you want on a regular kickoff. A lot of times, it may be these outside guys. Here's your numbers again. Here's your hashes. Maybe the ones you want, but again, you can make any of them be your safeties when the ball is kicked. They may just kind of loop in, fit in here, or these may be your contain guys, and where they make sure they work outside into the ball, watching for making sure contain's not broken, or watching for any type of reverse. I know that was a lot of information really quickly, but that's just the general basics of how we can install a pretty simple kickoff, give them simple alignments, simple assignments, but the big thing is they must pursue down the field in a hurry. Your inside guys must be willing to take on contact. It's going to be a little violent event. You need somebody to make sure that they're on contain, and above all else, you need to work and make sure they're getting down the field, converging evenly together to the ball, and when they get there, they're not like a rocket launching themselves into space and whiffing on people. They break down, get big, and make a good, sure tackle, and they start the ball with the ball somewhere around their 20, 25-yard line. Hopefully not much further than that. Again, this is Coach Ruckman. If there's anything I can do, just contact me. A video you'd like to hear my opinion on, just again see my website, www.coachruckman.com. Thanks.